Today we're going to talk about the letter F. We have a capital F, or uppercase, and we have a lowercase f. When we make a capital F, we go down, we go back up to the top, over, and then in the middle we go over. If we did one more line down here, it would be an E. We don't want an E, we want an F. For a lowercase f, we curve down, and then we draw a line. If you notice, capital F and lowercase f are the same height. Again, when we do our F, our first line goes down, go back up to the top, then you go over, then you find the middle, and you go over. F. One of the words that starts with F are feelings. We've talked about feelings before, but there are a bunch of different feelings. We have sad, mad, worried, angry, silly, sleepy, frustrated, happy, calm, content, nervous, surprised, and excited. Those are all different feelings people can have. We've talked about a few other ones as well. The number 4, F-O-U-R, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, the number 4, F-O-U-R. It's the number 4. There are actually the other word for we're going to talk about as well. That means I went to the store for some milk. Flower. Flower starts with F. The plant part that makes the seeds that can become new plants. This part is the flower. Inside that flower, there will be seeds, and then you can make other plants from it. Float. When we're talking about water, we talk about things that can float on the top. These things are floating. This sank. Things that float stay above the water or at the top of the water. February, the month of February, F-E-B-R-U-A-R-Y. February comes right after January. January, February, March. The season, fall, or autumn. Autumn and fall are the same season. Fall is a season that comes after summer. In many places around the world, fall weather begins to get cooler. Fall can bring some very windy days. In some places, leaves start to change from green to bright colors. As the weather gets even colder, the leaves will fall from the trees. In fall, the days get shorter and shorter. The sun goes down earlier. It goes summer, fall, and then winter. Fall is kind of, if you think about the seasons as a day. Summer's like, yay, we're up in the afternoon and everything, and then fall would be kind of like the nighttime when you're getting ready to go to sleep, and then winter is when a lot of the things sleep. Okay, then we have Fritz. With that, we have the book Gifts. There he is. He's giving everybody a gift. We're going to talk about this during our group. I'm not going to read the words right now, but I'm just showing you the pictures. So that's his story. We're going to read that later on this week, but I wanted to show you those pictures. We have frog. Frog. Do our picture walk. Flute. Flute is a musical instrument. Fork. 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 We use forks to eat in the United States. Fork. Not every country uses a fork when they eat. Some places use chopsticks. Fountains. Now, in Wisconsin, we call a bubbler a bubbler that we take a drink out of is also called a fountain. A lot of different places they call that a fountain. In Wisconsin, we recognize fountains as this. They both are fountains. This is a decorative fountain. It has water that shoots out, usually seen in parks. Farmer, somebody who works the land, grows vegetables, or takes care of animals is a farmer. Making the F with our bodies. You stand tall, straight up and down. You put your arm over your head and then the other one out. Here's another frog, a small animal that lives part of the time in water and part of the time on land. That's a frog. There are also toads. Toads do not know how to swim. Feather. A feather is very light, usually found in pillows from birds. Fan. Now there are a couple different fans. There's the fan like this that cools you down when it's hot. There also are like the Yay Go Packer fans. They are spelled the same. Force. A push or pull. We're going to be talking about push and pull in science. The force is how much you push and how much you pull, the power you put behind it. Fluid. A substance that has no defined shape and can flow. Water. Water is a fluid. Friction. We're going to also talk about that when we talk about push and pull. A force that acts to oppose sliding between two surfaces that touch. If you put your hands together and you rub them, you are making friction, and friction is warm. You'll start to feel your hands getting warmer. It's the friction between them. Here's another picture of fall. Flood. A flood is caused when heavy precipitation or rain causes water levels to rise and overflow. If you've ever seen the streets fill with water because the drains get filled, they're flooding. There's another float, something that stays on the water. Fur. Animals. Some animals have fur. This bear has fur. There are many different coverings that we're going to be talking about as well. Friday, the day of the week that starts with F is Friday. Friday. Remember when we talk about our syllables. Friday. 5, the number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. The number 5, F-I-V-E, starts with F. Fox. Fox is another animal that has fur. Fish. Fish is an animal that has scales. Football. In the United States, we call this a football. Other countries call soccer football. So if you go to other countries and you say you want to watch football, they will take you to a soccer game. So we call this football in the United States. Otherwise, it's called American football. When we want to make our F with our hand, we put our 3 fingers out and we squish our 2 fingers together, F. Friends. We all have friends. People we want to spend time with and play together, friends. Father. This is the father in the picture. We have a mother, we have a father, and then we have the siblings, brothers and sisters. A father is taller than the mother in this picture. But they're sitting down, so I'm not sure what that has to do with it. A firefighter, somebody who helps put out fires, is a firefighter. Furious. When you are so angry you can't think and you want to scream and holler and kick and everything. That's furious. When you're so angry you can't think. He is furious in this picture. Fence. Pieces of wood or metal that help to keep things in or out of a yard is a fence. Foot. Somebody's foot. Your foot has toes on it. Here's another kind of fan. Fog. Fog is a kind of weather, just like flooding can be a kind of weather or a response to weather. Fog is made up of water droplets that are floating in the air. So when it's really rainy or just stopped raining and there's still, or right before it rains, there's still water droplets and they're big enough that you can kind of see them. It makes it foggy. Fast. This animal is fast. It's one of the fastest animals. Follow. These children are following in a line. Freeze. When something is so cold, it is, and when water is so cold, it turns into ice. It freezes. When we're so cold, we freeze as well. Family. Everyone together is a family. Fun. When you really enjoy doing something, you have fun doing it. These children are having fun. Looks like they're scuba or snorkeling. Forest. A forest is an area of land covered with trees and smaller plants. It provides a home for the deer and other wildlife. Plants in the forest supply food, and the trees and underbrush, often safe places to hide. A fin. This part right here on a fish is a fin. Feathers. So we talked about before, feathers on a bird. So fish have scales, birds have feathers, and foxes and bears have fur. Here's a field. A large area of land. Farmers use this land to grow crops. Field. There's another flower. This is the flower part. Fire. A place to stay warm on cold nights by a fire in cold nights. We also can have a campfire. We do not start fires. Grown-ups can make the fires. Fall. Again, here's another fall picture. Then we have the word funny. F-U-N-N-Y. When somebody's making jokes, they are being funny. F-U-N-N-Y. Funny. We have the word find. Find. F-I-N-D. Find. We have the word for. F-O-R. For. We have the word fly. This is a fly. It buzzes around. You can also fly a kite up in the air. Here's another picture of a fox. Food, something that people and animals eat to live and grow. Plants make their own food. This animal is eating the grass. That is what he eats for food. Frown. When we're sad, we make a frown face. Show me your best frown face. She's frowning. A farm, a place where animals live and crops are grown, is a farm. This child is freezing. He's cold. You can see his breath. It's so cold. Then we have a flag. Flower, feather, fire, football, and fox. In your packet, you have your hat. It has a frog, a flower, a fork, a fan, a football, a fish, and a flag. You can color them any way you want. When you are done, you're going to cut across the line and then cut across here. We have the word for. F-O-R. Our word for today is for. I went to the store for the bread. For. F-O-R. Now there is the other for, the number. We're going to talk about that another day. This is the word for. You're going to write the word, tracing each one. Then you're going to write it down here. Fill in the blank. F-O-R. Do the same here. F-O-R. Then you're going to write the sentence. What is that net for? On the other side, you're going to write the word, trace the word for, find the word for, write the word for, circle the word for, color the word for. When you are done doing your assignment, you need to take a picture of it and send it to me for proof that you have done the lesson. If you are not in online lessons, we need to have proof that you are doing your lesson. Good job.